The best upcoming first and third person shooter games of 2025 and 2026. If you like games with action, get ready, this list is insane. Hope you liked the video, click in the like button, subscribe for more, and let's go.
The Makers felt a weapon as powerful as the Slayer should be guided.
They lied to us.
Our enemy is divided. The time is now.
Doom: The Dark Ages is a brand new journey of Doom Slayer after Doom Eternal. That was an insane game. Again, it's being developed by ID Software, the studio that brought us the series, and is to this day an insane studio. Doom is a fast-paced FPS game, with the focus in the gameplay, with a very brutal combat and motions. In the game you control Doom Slayer, the only defensor of Earth capable of fighting the demons. Now we're going to explore the medieval era, with new guns, features, enemies, and much more, and of course still with the classic stuff. But to see this new masterpiece we'll need to wait until May 20th, 2025, as the game is coming out for Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. Battlefield 6 is finally the new Battlefield game after Battlefield 2042. It's being developed by DICE and some other studios, and shall be released in 2025 or 2026 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. Decadent is a horror FPS game with an original plot and impressive details. The game is being developed by Incantation Games, and it's going to be a linear FPS survival, playing as a war veteran that turned into an occultist in a quest to save his own son, and there, many danger awaits. The game looks absolutely horrifying in a matter of horror immersion. Hope it keeps that way, and if you enjoyed, the game is coming out in some moment of 2025 to PlayStation 5, Microsoft Windows, and Xbox Series X and S.
Colonel, tighten the security on this place. He's coming here, I'm sure of it.
And you are one of them.
Why'd you come back? There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss.
I still have the Shagohod.
America is out to destroy the Shagohod and get its hands on your inheritance.
Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is the remake of one of the most acclaimed Metal Gear games. The remake is being developed by Konami, and if they make a remake as good as Silent Hill 2 remake, it'll be insane. If you never played Metal Gear before, know that it's a stealth game, but not just this, it's a very original and unique game, with a crazy plot, and the mechanics of the original game nobody even believed was possible when the game was released. But we'll need to wait to see if the remake will really be good, but let's hope it is. And the game is coming out on August 28, 2025 for Xbox X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC.
Why'd you come back? There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss.
I still have the Shagohod.
Me as well.
What's the story between you and the boss?
She was like a mother, and my master.
The Cobras will take care of him.
I'm not finished yet!
Andy Shepkowski calling on a recorded line. I can't tell you everything over the phone, but you need to come down here tonight, please. 6 p.m. I'll let you into the building. Place will be empty.
Compound Fracture is a modern first-person shooter game, but resembles classic first-person shooter of the start of 2000s. Even reminded me of the classic Turok games. That was really fun. The game is being developed by the studio Industria Games and is only confirmed to PC so far, but there's no official release date, maybe 2025, or even later. In the forests of an untouched planet, there is a lone installation, a game that looks really fun for the fans of classic boomer shooter FPS games.
We sent in a team 2 weeks ago. Nothing. Chronogas is ready to cut their losses and shut the portal down, even if that means leaving hundreds of people for dead. You'll hear on the news that they died in an oil rig explosion or something, and nobody, not you or OSHA...
Ferocious is a beautiful and immersive first-person shooter, but the main point here is you won't just face humans, but also dinosaurs, with very cool visuals. The game is being developed by the studio Omiag, and in the game we'll be shipwrecked on a mysterious island, and there we must survive the hostile creatures. That looks really good by the way, and also humans, mercenaries exploring that mysterious island. The game got realistic graphics with a very nice prop modulation and also environments that looks absolutely realistic, but the game has no release date yet and is coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC.
is in possession of a radioactive device. Stop Carrington's attack at all costs. Good luck, Agent.
I could see the world differently. I thought it would be like any other mission. Find the truth. Scan's clear. I'm going in blind. Carrington! Damn it!
Perfect Dark is the returning of an old and classic first-person shooter video game series. The new game is being developed by the studio The Initiative, a new Xbox game studio, and looks really interesting. The game got no release date yet, but is believed to be released in 2026, and the platforms confirmed are Xbox Series X and S and Windows, but a PlayStation 5 version is not unbelievable, I'd say. The gameplay features a good combat with different weapons and gadgets, but also an immersive stealth system, allowing you to complete the missions in different ways, making the game even more special in my opinion. The graphics are really beautiful, with nice visuals and great constructions in this futurist experience.
I hope you're ready, Agent Dark.
Are you all seeing this?
Once you open this door, there's no going back.
The tracks lead this way.
It's close. Stay here. Stand guard.
If you push too much, you might unleash the beast.
Dying Like the Beast is a standalone adventure from the original games, and it's being developed by Techland. In case you don't know how it works, it's an open world filled with zombies, so you need to survive using different types of weapons, which you can explore for more. But the most interesting part of the game is the gameplay itself, with a first-person camera and insane parkour movements. For the ones who like especially the first Dying Light, you should keep an eye out for this game, and it's coming out for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Windows, and Xbox Series X and S, but there's no release date yet, but probably still in 2025.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family, we follow a code of honor. It is not forgiving. To be deceived do not exist among us. Do you wish to commit yourself?
Mafia: The Old Country is the fourth game of an acclaimed and beloved series. I mean, the third game is not that beloved, but there are some fans of it too. The game is being developed by the studio Hangar 13, the studio responsible for Mafia 3. As I said, it's not the most beloved game, but they also did Mafia 1 Remake. That's an excellent game, and now it'll be their new chance of creating a good story. The game will be released in 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows. It'll be set before of the other games in the start of 20th century and promises to be a game with a great storytelling like the first two games.
Repeat these words.
I swear my loyalty to this family.
Yourself. Your life. To this family.
Flesh has to burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath.
I wish I hadn't come here for this.
Intinction is an insane upcoming first-person shooter. The main difference of this game is that it's not a usual FPS game, but one with dinosaurs. What's not so unique? We've seen some before already, but this one got some absolutely realistic dinosaurs in a matter of graphics and motions. Not that we know how dinosaurs really were, but the game is insane. It's being developed by the studio Hashbane Interactive and is aimed to be released in 2025, but there's no release date yet, and it'll be released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. And it's probably going to be a game that will be remembered for its graphics.
After all this death, if you had the chance to do it all.
Gears of War E-Day is finally the new adventure of the iconic Xbox series, and for the old fans, once again we'll play as Marcus Phoenix, the great protagonist of the 3 first video games. The game is being developed by the Coalition, and it's coming out in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S and Windows, but I would not doubt of a PlayStation 5 version. The series is specially known for being an original and brutal third-person shooter series, with great characters and an insane combat system. And for the fans, as you can see in the name of the game, we'll finally be able to play an E-Day, a moment that's always been spoken through the games since the first one.
There you are.
No way. The Stasi have made it to Nordwald.
Good job we have these disruptors with us. Okay, let's hope this thing works.
Industria 2 is a story-driven FPS game. It'll be set in an alternative dimension, and the player will follow a stranded woman that's trapped there through an immersive story and storytelling. Explore, scavenge, and fight your way through a mysterious boreal landscape consumed by an ever-hungry artificial intelligence to find a way back home. In the gameplay, we'll explore claustrophobic and dark corners of this universe, with a very beautiful graphic style. For those who like story FPS games, especially with a horror approach, I recommend you to take a better look at this game, and it's coming out in 2025 or 2026, but is only confirmed to PC for now. Metroid Prime 4 is a FPS game of Metroid series. The first one was a true success, and this one is being immensely anticipated, and it's being developed by Retro Studios, Nintendo. Almost 20 years after the third Metroid Prime, we'll finally see a brand new huge and thrilling adventure of Samus Aran, the famous galaxy bounty hunter, so prepare to experience one of the biggest games of this series. We know that Nintendo games are usually games with extreme quality, and this will probably be the same. If you want to play it, know that it's coming out in some moment of 2025, only on Nintendo Switch 1 and 2. AILA is an interesting and unique first-person survival horror game, and the idea of the game sounds really interesting, as you will see here, and it's being developed by Pulsatrix Studios. In the game we'll control a game tester in a future world, so the VR games will be the main idea for the story. So in some moment the experience of the game will be also part of the reality that will end up becoming a true horror. The most interesting thing here is that the game will mix a game, in the game, and the reality of the game, so we'll surely see a lot of different places and times during the game. What sounds really fun? The game is coming out probably in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC.
This place was always dangerous. And weird. Policy and procedure used to keep us in. We need a new approach.
FBC Firebreak is a game that will probably surprise you. Well, it's a co-op FPS game, up to 3 players in the universe of Alan Wake and Control. Yes, the Remedy games. It's obviously being developed by Remedy Entertainment and is planned to be released in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. A 3-player cooperative first-person shooter set within a mysterious federal agency under assault by otherworldly forces. So if you like the mysteries of this dark and interesting universe, and also like to play co-op FPS games with your friends, this is surely an experience you gotta have. Or even in case you don't know the universe, but like mysterious stories, this one shall be insane.
Welcome to Firebreak.
Turok Origins is the returning of a famous and classic FPS series. The main difference here is that now the game will be set in a third-person camera and no longer first-person. The game is being developed by Saber Interactive, and for the ones who knows the series knows how it works. But if you're new, you're in a land filled with dinosaurs, but you have the modern technology to fight them, and that's how it goes. The game looks very good, especially for the old fans, and despite it's going to be a TPS now, the developers claim that it'll be a respectful returning, but the game has no release date yet and is coming out to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
What do you see?
Giant. Sleeping.
Again.
Animals. Fighting.
Again.
Cronos the New Dawn is a new survival horror developed by the studio Bloober team. If you don't know, it's the studio that developed the remake of the beloved Silent Hill 2, and they did a great job there, so I'm curious to see the final version of the game. Some things that are extremely important in a survival horror game are visuals of enemies and environments, gameplay, immersion, a good combat in case the game got a combat system, and a good story. And this game seems to have all of these things. Of course we'll need to see it for real to really know how it's going to be, but it looks good in the trailer. And the story will be immersive and with time travel features, what's always complex to do. And it's coming out in 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PS5, and Windows.
Where you at? Did you get it?
Yeah.
Exoborne is an open-world, tactical extraction shooter set in a world torn apart by extreme forces of nature. Customize powerful exorigs to gain strategic advantage in ever-changing weather conditions. Face hostile factions, enemy players, and Mother Nature herself in intense high-stakes sessions. The game is being developed by the studio Sharkma Baby and shall be released in 2025 or 2026 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. The game is set in a futuristic universe with advanced technologies such as weapons, gadgets, vehicles, and more, all that with beautiful graphics and an exploration that promises to be immersive and rewarding. So if you like extraction games, this is a good one to keep an eye out for.
To go?
Easy in, easy out.
That's our ride.
ゾンビとは過去に囚われ、抜け出せない者たちです。彼らは真の解雇主義者なのですよ。
このようなことが連鎖的に起きたんでしょう。
Showa American Story is a really curious game. It's going to be a RPG game, but a very unique one. The game is being developed by the studio Netcom Entertainment and it's planned to be released still in 2025 to PlayStation 5 and Windows. A brand new RPG and an enthusiastic love letter to the 80s pop culture that features a strong taste of B-movies. Follow Chuko's journey of truth and revenge across North America as she grows stronger. A game that mixes many features. It even resembles Yakuza series in some aspects. The combat will mix melee combat to combat with firearms, all set in a third-person camera.
Machines falling from the sky. This is our home, our bastion of resistance. We will face our fears head on.
Shut. It doesn't matter who you are, what you've done, or where you came from. We need raiders who can deliver the goods.
Arc Raiders is a new third-person shooter set in the PvPvE style, so it's going to be set in an online universe where you can play with and against other players. It's being developed by some old developers of the Battlefield series. The studio is Embark Studios, and the game shall be released still in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. Arc Raiders is an upcoming multiplayer, extraction adventure set in a lethal future Earth, ravaged by a mysterious mechanized threat known as Arc. The gameplay looks fluid and fun with nice and realistic graphics and shall be one of the biggest games of this style this year. As any other online game in this style, the partnership will be crucial to fight, defend, and explore.
We should head back before it gets dark.
Beware of the machines. And beware of raiders who prey on others. There are no rules out there. So watch your back.
What's going on in there?
It was an ambush. Do what you
you can. Do not lose her.
Tires are out. Proceeding on foot.
Mindseye is a new story game developed by an old Rockstar Games president, Leslie Benzies, so the hype about this game is real, especially cause we can see some features and stuff that remind us of GTA series, like the camera, gameplay, driving and shooting, and more. The studio developed in is Build a Rocket Boy, and it's coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows, and maybe we'll see it still in 2025. The game will be set in a futurist version of America, with nice graphics, a good gameplay, and a story that seems to be interesting, so I'm really looking forward to see more and play this game.
Remember this. DS! Showtime!
I have these gaps. That's just leftover hardware. It's been decommissioned. What the hell is happening? All I know is that Silvercorp is a piece of my story. I'll cover you. All this time you just wanted answers about the tech in your head? Are you...
Your time is running out.
This place is a room where we grow our future.
Your weapons fail. Your ammunition runs low.
And you've yet to see our most beautiful creation. All you have is your hatred and your individuality.
Now don't you wish you joined us? Would you then feel so alone?
System Shock 2 Remaster is finally the official release date confirmed, that is June 25, 2025, and the game is being developed by the studios Night Dive Studios, Looking Glass Studios, and Irrational Games, and it'll be available on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, and Windows. System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster is a genre-defining experience that established innovative gameplay mechanics that are a staple of the FPS and RPG genre today. Survive the wretched corridors of the Von Braun. Your training has prepared you for this, so if you missed the classic series, this game shall be an interesting revival. Fumes is a racing game for you that missed those classic boomer shooter with racing, like Vigilante 8, Twisted Metal, and more. The game is being developed by the Studio Fumes team and promises to be a returning to those classic games, even got a retro graphic style, with many cars, upgrades, and stages. The game is coming out only for PC for now, and our early access is confirmed to be released soon, but with no official date yet. Arm your vehicle with deadly weapons and roam endless wastelands in this fast-paced car combat game. Collect upgrades for your car to melt enemies and giant bosses in this bizarre world.
You are the frog in a pot, boiling so slowly. You don't even know what's happening. but I'm here.
Judas is the new first-person shooter developed by the creator of BioShock series, the famous Ken Levine. The studio developing it is Ghost Story Games, and the game is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. It was supposed to be released in March of 2025, but it was postponed, and now it got no release date, but shall be released in some moment of 2025. A disintegrating starship, a desperate escape plan. You are the mysterious and troubled Judas. Your only hope for survival is to make or break alliances with your worst enemies. Will you work together to fix what you broke, or will you leave it to burn? The story shall be complex and intriguing, just like BioShock series is.
Free. Whether you like it or not.
Tear it open!
I'm scared, Mommy. Please. Hush now. It's going.
Last Sentinel is an upcoming narrative-focused open-world action game set in a distant future in a different version of Tokyo, and the most interesting thing here is that this game is being made by a veteran Rockstar Games director. It's being developed by the studio Lightspeed Studios, and it was announced in 2023, but so far we didn't see much more about the game, except the trailer that looks really interesting, but doesn't represent the real gameplay of the game. If you enjoy sci-fi games, open-world games, and even story-focused games, I think you need to keep an eye out for this one, cause I have a hunch the game will be big, but we have no idea when it's coming out, and neither the platforms, but probably Windows, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5.
A rare piece of drift technology has been detected somewhere in the canyon. We need you to retrieve it for study. Well done, folks. Your sentence has been reduced by 100 days.
Is your work so relentless, little scout?
Scout's job is to explore.
Luna Abyss is an upcoming FPS game set in the famous bullet hell style. If you don't know it, it's one of those games that there'll be a lot of projectiles and things to avoid in combat, just like some boss fights in Cuphead. It's being developed by the studio Bonsai Collective and got no release date yet, maybe 2025 or 2026, and it'll be available on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. A single-player story-driven action-adventure with fluid platforming and bullet hell combat. Follow the journey of Fox, a prisoner of Luna caught between a cryptic prophecy and their prison sentence. The game features a fast and tight gameplay with challenging combat moments set in an immersive universe.
Lucia, do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
GTA 6 is simply the most anticipated game ever. In the game we'll take control of two different characters, Jason and Lucia, and once again we'll be able to explore the iconic Vice City. The game is being developed by Rockstar Games, probably the most beloved video game studio nowadays. This is going to be a whole new GTA game after more than 10 years. The last one was GTA 5 2 generations ago, so this one promises to be a masterpiece in a matter of possibilities and freedom. The game would be coming out in 2025, but it was postponed, and is now coming in May 26, 2026. And the game is coming out to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. PC version shall be coming out about 1 year later.
The only way we're gonna get through this is by sticking together, being a team. Trust?
Trust.
Borderlands 4 is the new adventure of the most acclaimed looter-shooter series. It's an FPS series with some RPG mechanics, and it's being developed by Gearbox Software. If you've never played some game of the series, it's a fun and unique FPS experience with quirky characters and a very fun progression, especially if you play with some friends. This promises to be the greatest Borderland experience. The series is known for being unique and really fun, and it's coming out in September 12, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 2, and Microsoft Windows. Terminator Survivors is a new survival game set in the universe of the beloved Terminator. The game is being developed by the studio Nacon Studio Milan and is coming out in some moment of 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. Play as a survivor in an open world set after Judgment Day where you, alone or in co-op, scavenge resources to build a base of operations for mankind. But you're not alone. Skynet's machines are hunting you. They don't feel anything. They never stop until they completed their mission, eradication of all humanity. Alone or within a group of up to 4, lead humanity's rise from the ashes and unravel the truth behind the bombs, Skynet, and the Terminator threat. The Midnight Walkers is a new online PvPvE first-person extraction game, and here, the universe is taken by zombies. That'll be the standard enemies of the game. The studio developing it is One Way Ticket Studio, and the game is planned to be released still in 2025, only to PC. Fight, loot, and survive in a PvPvE first-person zombie extraction game set in Liberty Grand Center, a towering mega-complex overrun by deadly zombies and brutal bosses. Craft weapons, search for loot, or steal from other survivors. Escape with your life or descend deeper and discover its horrors.
Ready for a bit of fun then?
Killing Floor 3 is an insane co-op first-person shooter, as the series is known for being an extremely fun and brutal franchise. The game is being developed by the studio Tripwire Interactive, and looks very fun. It's 2091, and Megacorp Horzine has produced the Ultimate Army, an obedient horde of bioengineered monsters called Zeds, and now you gotta join the resistance, alone, or with your friends to defend the future of mankind. The game promises to be as brutal as never, with horrifying beings and a lot of possibilities since weapons, to gadgets, and much more. And the game is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. It was supposed to be released in March, but was postponed, but will still be released in 2025.
I don't worry about anything. What's the point of putting your life on the line if you're not having a little fun?
If you're not willing to sacrifice everything, then you don't want it bad enough.
Splitgate 2 is the next game of this series, an online FPS series that mixes a lot of mechanics from different games. Here you'll see things from Halo series, Portal, Call of Duty, and more, but it feels really fun here. There are different modes in the game, but the structure is a fast and fluid online FPS game, where players fight each other in different places with different weapons. It's really fun. The game is being developed by the Studio 1047 Game, and is confirmed to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Series XS, and Windows, and it'll be released in some moment of 2025, and totally for free, just like the first game was.
Gotcha.
Who did you love? Believe.
State of Decay 3 is the new and biggest game of the zombie survival series. The original games were kinda simple, yet fun, especially playing with friends, but this new adventure promises to be greater in all aspects since the graphics, gameplay, possibilities, and the universe itself. The game is being developed by the studio Undead Labs, a Xbox Games studio, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series X and S, and Windows, but I would not doubt of a PlayStation 5 version too. Unite to survive, push back the blood plague to reclaim the land's resources and carve out a life in the zombie apocalypse. It still has no release date, but is believed to be released in 2025 or 2026.
When we ventured out beyond the gates.
A clue, a lead. What more? Eureka! This is a real mouse changer. Time to play detective.
Mouse PI for Hire is a first-person shooter with investigation mechanics in the universe of Mickey. Yeah, you heard it right, Mickey Mouse. It's being developed by the studio Fumi Games, and shall be released still in 2025, but with no release date yet, and it'll be available on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and Windows. Join private investigator Jack Pepper on a guns-blazing, jazz-fueled adventure in Mouse PI. Mouse combines the charm of hand-drawn rubber hose animation, inspired by the classic cartoons of the 1930s, with the adrenaline and action of an explosive first-person shooter. The game looks stylish and fun, and I'm really hyped about it.
Looks like we just hit the jackpot.
Jezus Maria, Tomek!
Holstin is a psychological survival horror game set in an eerie, isolated 90s Polish town consumed by an ominous presence. It's being developed by the studio Sonka, and it's planned to be released on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and Windows, but with no release date yet. A small, isolated town in eastern Poland is struck by a fall calamity that slowly begins to consume everyone and everything it touches. This is the last known whereabouts of your friend Bartek before he stopped answering your calls. A game with a retro style, since graphics, gameplay, and camera.
Oddział terenowy Jeziorny Kolonia. Kiedy to będzie wszystko gotowe?
Hucznie! Lub z cicha pęd. Sposobów na dbanie o bezpieczeństwo na ulicach jest bez liku. Dla każdego coś miłego. Jeden woli działać pozostając w rozsądnym oddaleniu.
This city is a miracle of progress. A finely tuned, delicately balanced machine. But it only takes one rebellious little gear to ruin.
Clockwork Revolution is a new FPS game inspired in the classic and iconic BioShock. The game is being developed by the studio Exile Entertainment, a Xbox game studio, and is confirmed to Xbox Series X and S and Windows. The release date is not confirmed yet, but is believed to be in 2025 or 2026. Embark on a grand adventure in the steampunk metropolis of Avalon, wielding an incredible invention that allows you to travel into the past and influence key events, altering the course of history. So if you like FPS games with an interesting storyline and a good combat, this is a game that you should keep an eye out for. In my opinion, it looks promising.
Time where I will not destroy you.
Oh no. What did I do?
Deepest Fear is a sci-fi horror FPS with a retro-future aesthetic. Deep beneath the ocean, a secret has been unearthed which throws mankind's future into jeopardy. Fight your way to the heart of a sinister project and uncover a mystery both deeply personal and terrifying in its implications. A game developed by the studio Variable State and confirmed only to Windows so far, but with no release date yet. A first-person shooter survival horror, with beautiful graphics and insane and realistic approach, what promises to deliver us a fun and immersive horror experience?
Oh my god. Contamination.
God damn it, Danny! Close those valves! Double time!
Please prepare the police and use the truck to restore the damaged order. There are currently 4
Is my valuable customer finally awake?
Many people believe that we have a purpose, as if we had been brought to Tartarus for some reason.
Pioner drops players into a vast, grim world where survival hinges on exploration, crafting, and smart resource management. As an MMOFPS, it offers both PvE missions and intense PvP zones, with unique crafting mechanics, hundreds of weapons and a deep story to explore. The game is being developed by the studio GFA Games and is coming out in some moment of 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. The universe of the game is huge and complex, with multiple possibilities since standard missions against normal foes to battles and war against other players, all set in an immersive combat style with makeshift weapons, what resembles games like Fallout for example.
We begin by hearing an old, wise-sounding voice. And we see a quiet, peaceful setting. This will make our game seem big and important. Something must break the serenity. Will this creature be in the game? No. Say goodbye to it forever. Suddenly, and for no reason, people running.
The Outer Worlds 2 is a new sci-fi FPS RPG, and will obviously be a sequel to the first game, and it's again being developed by Obsidian Entertainment. We know that the Obsidian released Avowed this year, and now they're surely working on the development of the Outer Worlds 2, and it's probably going to be in the same style of the original game, a fun open-world adventure. The game has no release date yet, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series X and S, Windows, and PlayStation 5, so if you played the first one on PlayStation and thought that the second wouldn't be there, yes, it will.
And like all good sequels, we've included everything that should have been in the first game. More action. More weapons. And more graphics.
And this is the video, guys. What's your favorite one of the list? Let me know it. Like the video, subscribe for more, and that's it. Thanks, and so long.